Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be a somewhat unprepared live stream. This is so just in, well, rather last night I got the news, and I believe I have reason for concern, and we're going to look at this together. This could be the next big thing, actually. I have been monitoring monkeypox, as they call it, for a while, and it's potentially taking off now. I am here in Norway, and yeah, let's just give it a few seconds so that people can join the live stream. You have to be a subscriber to join the chat, by the way. It's very early. I'm a little bit tired, but we'll do our best. Yeah. Our horror business, you're in Oslo. I hope that you are enjoying your time there. My headache is gone, much better today. But that's I'm going to try to stick to the topic. Let's just give it a few seconds. So, first of all, there is a word or a term that we all need to learn, because we're going to see it a lot during the next days. They have changed the name for monkeypox. Officially, it's now called Mpox, like MPOX, Mpox. And yes, they did roll it. Well, it's a real thing. It's a real disease. Obviously, not very lethal. It's not like smallpox, but it has mutated. I'm going to first talk about the facts, what we know about the disease a little bit. Then we are going to get into is it the disease? And I'm going to have to be careful, but maybe less so than if I talked about big cough, which is heavily censored, because I don't think they've gotten into. I don't think the platform here has gotten the words into the censorship system yet. So we are still a little bit more, we can still talk a little bit more freely about this. Okay. Monkeypox or Mpox has mutated. Well, it always will mutate, but it is now, as far as I understand, no longer something that only will spread through sexual contact. It used to be a disease that would spread mostly among gay men, right? It seems now that, and this seems to be the fact, it is spreading the new mutated version, and I have the name for you here. They have given it a name, Clade 1b, or Clade, Clade 1b, CLADE 1b, will spread more easily. Okay. And yes, we don't trust these people and all that, but we are going to first look at what seems to be the facts. Okay. Let's stay objective. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's be smart. Let's look at what seems to be the facts. And then we are going to get into the implications of this. So, yes, Mpox, that's what they are calling it. I don't know why they changed the name from monkeypox to Mpox. That's okay. So, let's see here. So the World Health Organization, they declared it an international health they declared it a public health emergency of international concern. The words they use matter. The words are coded. The words have implications. When they say that something is a public health emergency of international concern, it is not far away from the next step, which is to declare a pandemic. Okay? I am not saying they are going to declare a pandemic, but that would be the next step, the way I understand it. Now, most countries, at least in Europe, North America, they have signed, well, our fine governments have signed the pandemic treaty, which means that the World Health Organization have the authority to decide what's going to be done in those countries, Norway among those. So, in other words, it won't matter what we believe, what we think about the disease. If the World Health Organization declares a pandemic, if they declare that Mpox is a pandemic, they will then also, as far as I understand it, have the decision on what will be done in all the countries that have signed the pandemic treaty. Okay, that could mean going back to what was done during COVID. It could mean closing down businesses, keeping children away from school, mandates, and, well, you know the drill, right? We have been through it. In some countries, at least in New Zealand, they have just, the government there had just decided that they will now, well, they will have pokes, injections. I think I can say injections, okay? As long as I don't combine these words, I think I'm safe. Okay. I don't know if that applies to other countries as well. It could be. And this is the problem, right? So, but okay, let's get back to the disease itself. Now, I'm reading from the BBC, which is not to be trusted. They write, and this is interesting, the highly contagious disease, formerly known as monkeypox, has killed at least 450 people during an initial outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, my thoughts and go out to the families of the deceased ones, of course, but it is not true, according to World Health Organization itself, that this is a highly contagious disease. It is just not true. Now, they have to, in order to get to that, to arrive at that conclusion that Mpox or monkeypox is highly contagious, they have to assume that it has now mutated, which it has, of course, into a variant which is called, well, actually two main types, clade 1 and clade 2, and that those are much more contagious. Now, there will be a lot of information here, okay? And I suggest that everyone go out, well, go to the internet and search for information about this. Stay informed about this. Go to sources. So, they are assuming, or maybe they have proof, I don't know, that clade 1 and clade 2 of the Mpox is a lot more, those two are a lot more contagious. They are now saying that it will, of course, spread through sexual contact, but now they are saying that basically if you touch something that was touched by someone who has Mpox, you might get Mpox as well. And they are unclear about how it is spreading, but the story that they are building here, note my words, please. The story that they are building is that this is highly contagious. It's not something that will spread just among gay men through sexual contact, but that it's like it's a danger to everyone. So experts say, according to BBC, who are those experts? Experts say the new strain may be spreading more easily, causing more serious disease and more deaths in children and adults. So they are getting into building the story. They are building the story. And what you need to know about Mpox, what are the symptoms? And this is very interesting. According to the BBC, and we will be seeing this a lot in the coming days. What are the symptoms? Headache. Well, I had a headache yesterday, by the way. Fever and chills, commonly known as having a cold. Muscle aches. I have that today because I did a heavy workout yesterday. Rashes. Well, I don't have any rashes. What I'm trying to say is that these symptoms are what can be experienced for no serious reason at all. Swollen lymph nodes, exhaustion, being tired. Okay, those are the symptoms, very vague. How is it spread? Now they are saying touching clothing, bedding, or towels used by infected person, touching Mpox skin blisters or scabs. Well, that's obvious. You wouldn't do that. Coughs or sneezes from infected person. Hey, here come the masks again. Direct contact with body fluids, such as during sex. Now, who is most at risk? It says here still that most cases are often found in people, they are saying now, not just gay people who are sexually active and men who have sex with men. Yeah. They still have to say that because, well, it is the truth, isn't it? People with several partners or new sexual partners can be most at risk. But according to the BBC, they also say here that anyone who has close contact with someone with symptoms can catch the virus, including health workers and family members. Yeah. So how can it be treated? Shall I say the word? You want to guess? Vaccines. Yeah, of course. And they are saying that vaccines exist. Oh, we are so lucky. And here it comes again. The World Health Organization has recently asked drug manufacturers to put forward their Mpox vaccines for emergency use, even if those vaccines have not been formally approved in the countries where they are needed. I'll read that one again. Even if those vaccines have not been formally approved in the countries where they are needed. And Africa has, the African CDC has declared a continent-wide public health emergency. So we can just add the dots here, pretty much. Okay. Now, I believe that, let's just imagine. Well, first of all, I have said all of the time, not all of the time, but I have said many times that they are going to try to pull this off again, right? I am not suggesting that there is no such thing as monkeypox. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that they are going to try to pull off what they did pull off again. And monkeypox has been in the background for quite some, and it seems like that's the one they will go with. Now, I believe it's going to be much more difficult to get people to take the poke shoulder this time. Because a lot of people regret their decision, or the decision that they were coerced into the last time. So it's going to take much more force. They are going to force people to do this. People will rebel. People will. I mean, this has the potential to really, really create some civil unrest. And I can tell you guys, this should come as no surprise that I will never, ever allow these people to inject me with anything. Never. Now, what we need to do now, first of all, and I need to say this, that's my decision. You need to make your decision. I'm not going to suggest that anyone should make the decision for you. This is not medical advice, of course not. Please search out information, proper information. Educate yourself on the matter, and then make a decision, right? Having said that, I think that what we're going to see if they declare a pandemic is that they will bring in the racism stuff, they will bring in the woke stuff, and we will very soon be told that no, this is not something that affects gay men the most. No, that will be termed as hateful and so on and so on. It will not even any longer be an African thing, because that will be viewed as racist. It is interesting that they have changed the name from monkeypox to Mpox. Now, I work with words as a novelist, and they are taking out the animal side of it, you could say. Sorry. So Mpox sounds a lot more like something that could affect anyone. It's much more neutral, that name. Monkeypox is, they're trying to signal that this is no longer something coming from monkeys. It's a human disease. Well, it is a human disease. It's among humans, but Mpox is much more disconnected from Africa and this coming from monkeys and all of that. So, yeah. Okay. We are going to get into how to prepare for this. It could be nothing, it could just go away. I don't know. But right now it seems like this is something that we need to keep an eye on. So this was in the news yesterday. And well, growing number of countries in Africa constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. Now, this morning, it seems like it's continent-wide. It's an outbreak of monkeypox in Congo, and I think things might change very quickly. Things might develop very quickly. I am watching the headlines as we speak, and yeah, it's not looking great right now. It's not looking great. Okay. So I think that as a general thing, it is wise to be in a position where you can sustain yourself and your family for an extended period of time without being dependent on society, right? So that means that you need to be a prepper, not the crazy gun-toting, Bible wielding, but just a sensible, down-to-earth kind of prepper, right? You need to have access to clean water, and you need a lot of food. Most people are not in that position. They are completely dependent on to the stores and to buy supplies or food. And they would be in a very difficult position if the electric power, or even the gas to their house or their apartment is shut off. Why would they shut it off? Why would they do that? Well, I don't know if they will do that, but the thing is that if we look back at the developments since COVID, everything and almost everyone has become much more dependent on the grid. It's digitalized. You need a fucking app to do everything. You need to be completely in the grid to function in society. And I've said so many times, you need to get out of that. You need to be self-sustained and independent, because this will happen again. And if this is the one, I'm telling you, you don't have much time, okay? And it's like, I'll just say it the way it is. I know it hurts my views. You need to get rid of the smartphone because that is their main control device. That's how they surveil your every movement and everything you do. And if everyone got rid of that today, now, it wouldn't be possible for these people. I mean, governments taking their orders from the, these international organizations and big pharma. It wouldn't be possible for them to require everyone to have an app and all that. It would not be possible to pull this off. So, yeah, and cash, of course. Now, I do believe that a smartphone is much more problematic than using a card, but cash is better than using a card. But okay. So I don't know if this is the big one. I don't think that COVID was the big one. I think they will try to pull this off again. And our fine little friend, Bill Gates, he has said that something along the lines of next one will be the big one. And he would know, wouldn't he? Isn't that funny how it works? So, do I think that this is all? Okay, I'll just say it. Do I think that this is all according to their plan? No. The world doesn't work that way. It's more, I know it's a very popular opinion to have, but no, it doesn't work that way. It's more like follow the money. It's more like never let a good disaster go to waste. It's all about getting people back into feudalism. It's more about taking the resources from the middle class, destroying the middle class, taking all they have so that they can be controlled. What an elite, if you will, in the past, they would often be called the nobles, and there would be no middle class, only peasants and the elite, right? And it seems like that's up through human history. That's always the force tearing at the fabric of a good society. And a good society is a society that has a democratic process in place, right? And it's being weakened now. It is being weakened through censorship, through let's not go there. Okay. But yeah, so control, surveillance, and being able to control what people think. They can do that now. I'm not talking anything magical or mysterious. It's just using social media and controlling what people see. And through that, you can control what people think. And it doesn't matter if you call it Marxism or whatever you call it. I don't care. This could easily be done and is being done in some countries, seen from a more Christian conservative side. We need to be objective about this. We need to cut the crap and we need to see what's happening. Yeah, thank you. Yes, technical totalitarianism. So that's how I'll try to get to the chat now. I did see some super chats. Oh, Edie has been a member for 27 months. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. remaining vigilant is most important. Absolutely. And John, welcome as a member. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Richard, thank you so much for the super chat. So I will try to stick to the topic, so I will not be replying to comments outside of the topic. Yeah, they are inserting a lot of comments. A lot of ads. Yeah. Okay. As I said, I believe that this is a real thing. It takes a lot of effort to convince yourself, I believe, that monkeypox is not a real thing. It is a real thing. It's a disease, right? And I don't know. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know the severity of this. It has mutated. That's how it goes. That's what it will do. But I am more, so we all have to we all have to look at this and just, no, it's not the same as syphilis. That's a different disease, Chris. So we all have to look at this and gather proper information. And I don't like saying doing research, because most of us, we are not educated or equipped to do a research. What we do when we say do your own research, what we do is gather information. And when we do that, it's important that we remain objective. We need to leave our feelings or else and look at things without feelings and just look at the facts. So, I don't know how severe this is. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, of course, but I am more worried about what our governments are going to do. And this is what we need to look out for. We need to prepare for that. And a lot of people on social media, they have been saying this for a long time. You need to prepare for the next one. You need to get access to clean water filters, things like that. And you need to have food, and you need to have everything you need, like medicines, if you need medicines. You need to connect with people who have the same mindset, not necessarily like-minded people, because I think that we shouldn't exist in echo chambers. And I don't think that this is a matter of this romantic idea of sitting on your land and defending yourself with guns against the government. That's a bit of a fantasy. This is more about avoiding starvation when you can't go to the store, because only vaccinated people can go to the store to buy stuff. Okay. I'm trying to be as objective as I can here. Maybe we will all laugh at this live stream in the future, and we will say, what was that about? I mean, that was sensational and stupid, because it was, like they say, a nothing burger. You know? I hope that will be the case. I hope that this is nothing. But right now, it really looks like it's not nothing, it is something. And it's happening right now, and it's happening as we speak. I do not believe in a second, I do not believe a second that you're going to sit there with your guns and defend yourself against people, the government. I know it's an unpopular opinion to have. I don't think that's how it's going to be. You're just going to be killed straight away if you try that. It's more sensible not to be in that location. And I do not think that if you find a place up in the mountains, somewhere really far away, and you sit there, you just exist there in a cabin, that they are going to go after you and find you and put you in jail. Unless you did something criminal, of course. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm being just very, very boring here. I'm just saying it as it is. You might disagree and spend your money on guns and bullets. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And we are having this live stream now at the time when Europeans are sleeping and the Americans are awake. So I knew that this would be an issue. Yeah, go and buy 100 guns and truckloads of bullets. Great. But it is much more important that you spend your money. Well, don't spend all your money. It is much more important that you invest in clean water, food, having a good supply of medicines, books, skills, like what you do if someone has has a medical issue. What do you do? So, okay, let's leave that for now. This has not reached mainstream media news in all countries yet. I'm reading now that it hasn't reached the UK yet. It reached Norwegian mainstream headlines last night, so just a few hours ago, and it is being updated as I speak. This is, of course, this has the potential to get these newspaper websites a lot of clicks. So they are going to be a little bit sensational about it. Again, please do gather information, proper information about this. We don't know yet how contagious this is. We don't know how fast it is spreading. But if it is spreading like, hold on. Let me find the information I had here. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, it looks like this is a virus that will have a typical curve, an exponential curve, which is, it's typical for a virus, right? So it will, I'm not very advanced here, so I'll just try to draw the curve here. So it will start slowly, and then it builds up a little bit, and then it takes off, right? And when it takes off, that's when we declare a pandemic. So, yeah, well, Carolyn says Mpox is very painful. Yeah, so yes, they are saying that the blisters are very painful. The fever is also, of course, very painful. It's not a good thing, you know. It's and Donna says the election infection. Yeah, it's funny. Let's see how that goes. Let's see what happens there. Will it happen? Will they declare another pandemic conveniently before the US election? I don't know. It depends on how much power those politicians, well, that would be the Democrats, have over the international bodies like the World Health Organization. I don't know. I think maybe they're not that powerful. I think it's not controlled by the US at all. So, yeah. But then you could say that, you know, what if they, you know, the Democrats, they say that, well, this is so serious that we're going to what you call it, mail in voting or whatever. Yeah, let's not go there. I already went there, but you know, I'm, yeah. So okay. This is what I have right now. It seems like the story is that this is not the traditional monkeypox, and this is a mutated or two branches, you could say, it has mutated into, and that they are, and this is not me stating that as a fact, it's just me referring to their story. The story is that those two mutations are spreading much more easily. And their recommendation for treatment is, of course, vaccines, even if those vaccines have not been properly tested. That seems to be, well, that is what they are saying. It sounds very familiar. Okay, so it's just, yeah. So it will also be interesting to see if this live stream will stay up or if it will be removed by YouTube. It seems, well, they are saying that it is airborne as well, actually, at least according to the BBC. Now, so there come the masks, you know. I don't know if the shadow banning will start again. That's why I am testing this topic on my live streaming channel here before I do it, before I get into this on my main channel. I don't want to risk everything again, you know. Yeah, the shadow banning is still affecting my main channel a lot. And I'm still seeing people telling me that, you know, they have been unsubscribed. And I honestly think that my main channel could have been at, I don't know, maybe 1 million subscribers by now if it hadn't been for YouTube's shenanigans. So okay. No, I don't trust the BBC, as I said. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to get back to scroll. Well, you can scroll back, if you just got here now. Okay. That's all for now. Early morning here. Keep your eyes open. Let's not get too emotional about this. Let's be objective about this. Let's not jump to conclusions. And also, as always, let's stay strong.